This is the best part about Richmond. More often than not, you'll leave a conversation saying, hey, I probably wouldn't have talked to them before, but they were cool as hell. We're more alike than we are different. Next time you're walking around RVA, give somebody a high five. You might get shut down, but you also might have a great time. That's very empowering. I love that. Yes. Welcome to RVA Unfiltered, where we explore Richmond through the voices of its people. Discover what makes this city home, from local tips and favorite food spots to what fun really looks like in the greater RVA area. Tune in for the real stories, behind the scenes, no filter, just RVA. Lordy, Michael Jordan, what's going on, gang? I'm standing here with the man, the myth, the legend. You think you know economics? You don't know economics until you've had a conversation with Mr. Stephen Day. All right, Stephen, what part of town do you stay in?
Northside, right near Battery Park.
Outstanding, Northside. All right, Stephen, why would you tell your friends to move to this part of town?
It's the original suburb of RVA, but it's still real close into the city. So you have a yard, you got an old house, it's close to downtown. There's a lot of families here. Love it.
What's a piece of advice that you would give your friends before moving so that they had a better experience?
It's an old and a proud neighborhood, so I think that you have to get to know the neighbors and you have to ask questions about them and sort of ease your way in, because this neighborhood's been here for more than 100 years, and there's old residents, and they love the way that it has been, and they want to keep some of the character, which is one thing that makes the neighborhood so cool. So respect the neighborhood.
Respect the neighborhood. That's an awesome tip, because that also gives you opportunities to learn a little bit of culture, to get a little bit of understanding, and that's what makes life so amazing. All right, Stephen, question number 3, your perfect RVA food day. Your friends are coming into town. You are driving the ship. You look at them and say, look at me, I am the captain now. Where are you taking us? What does that look like for you?
I would get breakfast at City Diner on Broad Street. A little bit later, we go get coffee at Alchemy Coffee or Blanchard's. For lunch, you know what I would do? I would go and be hopping around the dry rocks. I take the kids out to the dry rocks down at the James River near Belle Isle, and we would make a fire and set up a grill over the coals there and just cook out on the dry rocks, which is just, somehow the food tastes better that way. Cooked out on the rocks. For dinner, oh gosh, there's just so many places in Richmond. You know what though? Actually, let me switch that. For lunch, I'd come here to Smoky Mug because they have the brisket. There's such good barbecue, and then I'd cook the meat out on the grills for dinner. Yeah,
I love that. I love that. All right, Stephen. Question number 4: what does fun look like for you in the greater RVA area?
Oh man, I go play pickup soccer. Gonna go do that. There's a lot of just fun soccer going on. Also, even at my advanced age, I still skateboard, so there's some hidden skateboard spots, and I take my sons out skateboarding. Like I said, we hop on the dry rocks. There's just adventures everywhere. Everywhere along the river is a different adventure, So go do that. Bike through the streets with the kids and my wife, and that's a fun day. Just try to stay outside.
I love that. RVA has a lot of outdoor activities. Also, fun fact, when I first met Stephen, I said, dude, in the best way, you look like Tony Hawk. I felt like he was straight out of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Lordy, Michael Jordan, what's going on, gang? I'm standing here next to the fashionable, the amazing, the wonderful, saving all the fish, Lauren. All right, Lauren, what part of town do you stay in?
I live in Shockoe Bottom.
All right, Lauren, why would you tell somebody to move to your part of town?
I'd say it's really walkable, and it's cheaper than the other walkable areas in town. And it's very historic. I live in an old carriage house, so it's very cool.
Nice. So, if you consider yourself a master of the budgets, I was trying to come up with a better word. If you consider yourself a master of the budgets, know that Shockoe is a great point to add on to your list. Question number 2 is what's a piece of advice that you would give somebody before they move so that they had a better experience?
Have a spreadsheet for sure. It can be loud, I will say, sometimes, so just be aware of how close you are to the bars and how close you are to the train. But other than that, it's pretty good.
Listen, when in doubt, when it's loud, be louder. Fight loud. Fight loud with loud. All right, question number 3, Lauren. What's your perfect RVA food day? Where are you taking us? What are we going to do?
Oh, I would totally go to Havana 59 for sure. They have such good Cuban food, such good seafood, and the best mojitos in town. Lulu's Cafe for breakfast. That's pretty good. Havana for dinner, but for lunch, actually Cobra Burger, which is like right up here. I really like that one.
Nice, nice. Okay, we've got our food. Now, question number 4, what does fun look like for you in the greater RVA area?
I like going to Libby Hill to paint, just be in nature, but it's like not super far. And then dancing at the Hoff is awesome. They have really good music, 3 different floors. It's awesome.
Y'all, Libby Hill is the best sunset in the city. I will stand on that until God takes me from this earth. Libby Hill is the best sunset in the city, and one of the best sunrises is right on the other side of the hill, which is Chimborazo Park. So, and also the Hoff Clutch. If you're around the Hoff, a lot of things to do. Lordy, Michael Jordan, what's going on, gang? I am standing here with the one, the only, Nick, Haley, Little Grayson, and Sophia. Voice cracked? It's okay. All right, y'all. What part of town do y'all stay in?
Short Pump.
Good old Short Pump. All right, y'all. Why would you tell somebody to move to your part of town?
We appreciate kind of the schools for the little ones. We appreciate the distance to the city, the distance to Charlottesville, the distance up and down 95. So it's convenient for us, and we enjoy our neighborhood very much.
I love that. Anything to add?
It's quiet here, but we still have everything we kind of need. So, and like Nick said, it's close kind of to everything. So we got it all.
You got it all in Short Pump. If you didn't know, now you know. All right, question number 2. What's a piece of advice that you would give somebody before they moved here so that they had a better experience?
Have a car, but be willing to pick a spot that is walkable. So we have the best of both worlds where we're able to walk to Publix, we're able to walk to a coffee shop, we're able to walk to the park. Are you touching that? But we're also just a car ride away from a bigger, better destination, such as, be honest with you, Richmond City or Charlottesville, or from the beach if we wanted to. So walkability is important, but also access is able to be had by way of a car because of all those major arteries.
I love that. Anything to add?
No, I don't think so. I think that's a good one.
That was really good. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say, pick a great spot that's also walkable in Short Pump. That's a nugget if you ever got one. Okay, your perfect RVA food day. Take us through a whole day. What does that look like?
Okay, so being that we got our little one running around, our quickest go-to option for the emergency meal is very basic. It's going to Cava or going to Torchy's Tacos. But if we're doing a kind of full day for just us, Haley's driving the pick, so I'm going to leave that one to her.
I'd say it starts with coffee at Blanchard's, then maybe Pearlie's.
That's good pick.
Probably take a little break for a while, and then go to Elway for Grisette for dinner.
Oh, very good choices. Very good choices. All right, y'all. Question number 4. What does fun look like for you all in the greater RVA area? Give us the family answer and give us you all's answer. If you all had a babysitter and it was, mom and dad are in town, they're able to take the kids off your hands.
So the babysitter answer, I think, would be a nice cocktail or a beer at one of the many breweries or cocktail lounges. Our go-to when we have a babysitter is Jasper.
Yep.
And then maybe the nice dinner, romantic dinner out to Grisette or Alewife, or one of the hundreds of other options. Haley's been begging for La Possum again. We only had it once. We want to go back.
And then family friendly, probably just going to the playground, and then maybe actually hanging out at a brewery outside.
Nice.
Deep Run Park is great. We also like Short Pump Park right around the corner. And once the weather's nice, we love getting to a splash pad. Twin Hickory has a great splash pad.
Lewis Ginter
Botanical Gardens, Children's Museum. So a lot of great options for kids and families alike.
Those were your family nuggets. We just got a whole list of them. Y'all, this is my favorite part about Richmond. More often than not, if you slow down and speed up, you leave a conversation saying, I probably would never talk to them. Except they're my clients, so I would have talked to them. But they're cool as hell. And yes, they are cool as hell. And we're more alike than we are different. Next time you're walking around RVA, give somebody a high five. You might get shut down. Or you might have a great day. Miles Agee out.